Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. I am Venkat from cashewinformation.com, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all to this important session, the 62nd edition of Eventel Knowledge Series, proudly organized by cashewinformation.com. Today, we will be focusing on the Nigeria cashew season 2026. Instead of Mr. Ademi Murtaz Adenji, his colleague Rahman Alabi is going to present from Starwick Global and Ideal Private Limited Nigeria is going to present on the Nigerian cashew season. Over the next 1 hour, we will delve into key updates from the 2026 season, from farm gate realities to quality trends, pricing movements, and export outlooks. We encourage you to stay engaged, use the Q&A box to share your questions, and make the most of this interactive session. Now I request Mr. Rahman Alabi, Starwick Global and Ideal Private Limited, Nigeria, to present. Is Mr. Alabi there? Over to Mr. Alabi.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir, good morning. Please join, sir.
I'm trying to share my slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I've requested for it to be shared. I don't know who is going to attend to it. Okay.
So you can share to our email ID. You can share, sir, no? Now you can share?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I've done that now. Has it been received?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I go ahead right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, good day, everyone. And thank you for the opportunity to participate in this discussion on the Nigerian cashew season. As already introduced, my name is Alabi Ari. I'm representing Adeyemi, the MD CEO Starlink Global Nigeria Limited. And today, I'll be sharing short updates on the current progress of the Nigerian cashew season, the quality trends, export dynamics, and the outlook of the coming months. As we all are aware, Nigeria remains an important of raw cashew nut to global processor, particularly in India and Vietnam, and development in our markets are relevant for buyers and traders. Slide 2, this shows season structures. With the current situation of Nigerian cashew this year in Nigeria, we follow a two-crop structure. What we are seeing at the moment now at the Nigerian market today is the end of the first crop, which is the first structure in the beginning of the main supply phase.
Sir, 1 minute, please.
Okay.
Sir, please show your slides, sir.
That's slide 2.
Yes, it is showing the end. So please tune into slide 2, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Now you can proceed, sir.
Okay. Yes. On the slide 2, in Nigeria, as I said earlier on, it will be in two structural crop season. The first crop, which is the early harvest, is now coming to an end gradually, and we estimate the total volume to be around 60,000 metric tons. This early crop typically supplies the first arrivals to the cashew export market. It helps the earlier price direction for the season. Looking ahead, the second crop will begin from mid-March and continue through April this year, where the bulk of Nigerian production comes from. For the second phase, we expect over 200,000 metric tons, which will significantly increase the market supply. The next slide, the crop quality situation. In terms of quality, the situation this season is slightly weaker than what we normally see. At the moment, most arrivals are in the range of 47 to 50 KOR, and we've already started seeing some lots coming in at 46 KOR. Normally, the Nigerian crop performs closer to 50 to 52 KOR, so this represents a modest drop in quality. However, we expect better volumes and possibly improved quality from the end of March, when the second crop becomes more dominant in the market. The next slide shows the price situation. Because of the current quality levels and the market demand, the price range is currently between about $1,500 per ton and $1,550 per ton on C&F basis. Prices, of course, influenced by KR quality, as we all know, buyers' demand, and competition from other West African origins. These are some of the factors that will affect the pricing. At the moment, buyers are still active in the market, especially processors who need to secure supply ahead of peak processing month. The export dynamics. From an export perspective, currently in Nigeria, India remains the dominant buyer of Nigerian cashew nut. Approximately about 70% of the first crop is going to India, while the remaining volume is mainly going to Vietnam and other secondary markets. Both India and Vietnam continue to play a major role in the global cashew processing industry, and Nigerian raw cashew nuts remain an important part of their sourcing strategy. Slide 6, local processing situation. When we look at the domestic market, local processing remains relatively low. Currently, only about 15% of the Nigerian crop is processed locally, while the majority of the nuts are exported as raw cashew nuts. This means the significant portion of the value chain is still captured outside the country. Some of the processing challenges we are having in Nigeria is the management of cashew shell waste. Cashew shells account for about 55 to 60% of the total weight of raw cashew nuts. These shells require additional processing to extract cashew nut shell liquid, oil, and other industrial byproducts. Because infrastructure for this downstream processing is still limited, it creates additional cost and operational challenges for the local processors. So this forms one of the major challenges we are facing in processing the cashew locally. On the government policy and direction, in terms of the policy, there is currently no government support mechanism for processors during the first crop. There's none that is similar to what is obtainable in Africa. So this hinders the production. However, the policy direction of the government is clearly aimed at encouraging local processing and increasing the value chain within Nigeria. This is a long-term objective and is to scale domestic processing capacity and strengthen the local cashew industry. We are looking ahead. to the end of March to bring stronger volume as the second crop expands. We expect the second crop to exceed over 200,000 metric tons, which will increase supply in the export market. India and Vietnam are likely to remain the key buyers, and Nigeria will continue to play an important role in the global raw cashew nut supply. At the same time, there are opportunities for investment in processing infrastructures, which could help Nigeria capture more value from its production. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Arabi, for your wonderful presentation.
Yeah. We are welcome.
Yes, sir. So my first question to you, why is the quality is, so how is the quality of Nigerian first crop? Why it is down when compared with previous years?
Well, one of the main contributors is the climate change. And mostly, people are not really affecting due to one or two government policies in Nigeria. As you are aware, we are facing a lot of economic challenges and economic reforms. So people are skeptical a little bit about harvesting because the international price is not sure and the exchange rate in Nigerian naira is not stable for now. So one cannot actually really estimate or budget and a reasonable budget for the whole exercise. So everybody is kind of skeptical.
Yes, sir. So you have mentioned that the first crop size is likely to be around 60,000 tons. What is the normal first crop size of Nigeria?
Come again.
So you have mentioned in your slide that the first crop is likely to be around 60,000 tons. What is the normal, that is usual first crop size of Nigeria?
Normally, the first season, if not all these other conditions are attached, is to be more than 3/4 of all the whole Nigerian supply, because it's where the quality is normally being assured, and the quality normally comes out very, very nice. So most of the time, it's usually 3/4 of the whole supply.
Okay. So my one question from Mr. Rajiv.
Okay.
So what is the current first crop price and minimum quality and transit time to India owing to the current war situation?
As I mentioned in my slide, the current price is between 1,500 and 150, although subject to some other key factors like the buyers, the KOR. Recently now, what we are having is between 47 and 50. And also, we've experienced something lower, it's about 46 KOR. So it's the demand from the buyer and the processor that determines the price per se. So the higher the KOR, the quality, the higher the price. So mostly now it's between 3 weeks and 4 weeks before it arrives at destination.
So now you know that one with the onset of US-Iran war, freight rates are increased and some of the freights are not using that route. So is there any delay in transit time to India?
Apart from what we are experiencing globally now, all things being equal, I don't think there should be any delay. Are you with me?
Hello?
Are you with me?
Yes, sir, tell me, sir.
Okay. I said normally the transit should be within 18 and 28 days. All things being equal, if there's no delay in documentation and loading per se. So we're expecting the transit to be within 18 and 28 days.
80 to 90 days?
18 to 28 days.
18 to 20 days, okay.
Yes.
So there won't be any delay because of the current scenario.
Well, I'm not expecting any delay.
Okay.
Mm.
So when the second crop is going to commence in Nigeria, sir?
Hold on.
When the second crop is going to commence in Nigeria?
As mentioned in the slide, if you see carefully, you will see that as at now, the first crop is mainly coming to an end.
Okay.
And we are expecting this one to start from March mostly, till first week in April.
Okay.
And all things being equal, we are expecting a better quality.
So how much quantity exported out of Nigeria so far, sir?
Currently, over 70% is to India. India still dominates now. But
Okay.
the second crop, well, the market will determine who will get the largest share.
Okay.
So any other question?
Just a minute, sir.
Okay.
So what would be the total crop size of Nigeria during this season when compared to last year?
As I've already mentioned, the turnout will be very low this year. So we are expecting between 260 and 270,000 metric tons globally for the country, yes.
Okay. So could you please mention last year total quantities, sir? How much produced by Nigeria during 25 season?
Well, give and take is between 300,000.
Okay. So the most of the African countries are now coming out with separate window for local processor. Is Nigeria is going to do the same in the coming years? Or what is the strategy of Nigerian government in the coming years?
Please come again. I have a disturbance. I didn't hear that last question very well.
Sir, most of the West African countries are providing a special window for local processor to certain period, maybe 4 weeks to 6 weeks, like IBC, Burkina, they all started, and Ghana has announced its intention in the future they may stop export of ASEAN. Is Nigeria is going to come out with any kind of policy to support local processing?
Thank you. Now,
Yes.
Nigeria is a bit complicated country, and we have a lot of diversity. We have so diversified into many production. Right now, the government is trying to encourage local production and to earn more dollars. So we have a long-term program to improve our agricultural processing. But as of now, in my own view, it's not going to be an immediate thing. It's still a long-time plan. And the major thing is to increase local processing. But how and the incentive they are going to give is still in the pipeline. So I'm not expecting anything drastic in 2-3 years to come. But definitely there are programs in place to make sure the government support the local farmers and improve the IGR by adding values.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. And my next question to you is, what is the current installed capacity of ASEAN, processing capacity of ASEAN in Nigeria?
Right now, from
Yes.
my slide, you will notice that all we have is about 15% of what we are producing. And Starlink is also coming up with a processing plant, so which will increase, give or take, will increase it to about 20% maximum.
How much quantity will be processed during this year? Assuming a production of 260,000 tons, how much quantity will be processed locally during this year?
So we are we are talking about the whole production to be around 260, 270.
Okay.
So the 15% of that is what is expected to be produced locally.
Okay,
So
thank you, sir.
about within 3,500 and 4,000 metric ton. But usually, let's leave a room because, as I said, Starlink and some other companies are coming up. So let's leave it. We are looking about 9,000 to 10,000 processing.
Yes, sir.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Any questions from the audience? Audience can place in the chat box or raise their hands. So is there any possibility of Nigerian government announcing incentives for local cashew process in line with other African countries for the local processing?
Well, the government is having a program in place for incentive for processor. But because of this change in government and this planning, I can tell you up to now, they have not made any payment for almost about 4 or 5 years now. So there are incentives in place, but not active. So we are not looking at any possible outcome of it in a few years to come.
So one question from Mr. Sriram Murthy. Landing numbers in India and Vietnam are always exceeding Nigeria crop estimate of 260 to 300,000 metric tons. Why is it so?
Well, this is quite understandable because in Nigeria, we don't really have adequate record of what we shipped. So what we can only get is from custom, and that will be on proper filing of documentation. So most of the time, what we get will normally rely on what landed in Vietnam and what landed in Indian, as well as one or two processing industry what they have. Before it's an estimate most of the time. We don't really have a central way of collecting data per se. So that is why there's discrepancies and differences here and there, because we get local production. It's not that they file or there's a portal where you get what they are producing. You have to do a kind of investigation to see how many company how many company we are having and what they're actually producing. And if you go to customs, the documents are not really available. So that's why there's discrepancies here and there.
Yes, sir. So what about the cross-border trade from Benin and other countries? Is it still happening?
It has reduced drastically, but before it used to be Benin border quality that is better. But over time, we realize that these are Ogbomoso and the Shaki quality in Nigeria. And once the price is almost the same across the board, and there's a recognition of the quality as Ogbomoso and Shaki Cashew. So once the price is equilibrium, there's no much difference in the price. So the cross-border trading has been reduced drastically. So rather than exporting or taking it out outside the border to sell in Benin for a higher quality price, once we have the same price in Nigeria here, so there's no reason for doing that. In fact, at times, you will see an inflow from Benin border into Nigeria because of the pricing.
Yes, sir.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks for answering all the questions. Sir, do you anticipate the second crop prices to go up considering the war crisis and the overall quality drop in West African countries?
Come again?
Sir, do you anticipate the second crop prices to go up considering the current war scenario and drop in quality of most of the West African nations during this season?
Well, as I said earlier on, there are a lot of factors that determine the price, of which the demand of the buyers and the processors plays the major key role in price determination. So it all depends on their needs and how urgent they need the product. So I don't see any reason why the price, there'll be a drastic change in the price, except if this current crisis between these countries is escalated beyond expectation. Definitely is going to affect the world trade entirely. But as for cashew, what determines the price is the buyers and the usage.
Yes, sir, noted.
Mm.
Any other questions from the participants? Please raise their hands. Over to Mr. Srini.
Hello, good afternoon to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
My name is Kelvin Jegede. I'm the national chairman for Progressive Cashew Association of Ghana. I'm talking from Ghana. Please, sir, I want to know if there is an authority in Nigeria that oversees the cashew operations. If yes, I would like to know the name, sir.
Well, there's no particular organization that is responsible, but it's under Ministry of Agric.
Agri.
So they are the one that supervises and oversees the activity in conjunction with Nigerian Cashew Association.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Any other questions from the delegates? Mr. Alabi, thank you for your wonderful presentation and answering the delegates' questions in an elaborate manner. Thank you
You're
once
welcome.
again, sir, for joining with us.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The chat box will remain open for another 5 to 10 minutes. Delegates can make use of that one. Thank you everyone for attending today's insightful section of the Nigerian Cashew season 2026. On behalf of cashewinformation.com, I sincerely thank our esteemed speaker, Dr. Rahman Alabi, for generously sharing the deep knowledge and first-hand updates from Nigerian cashew season. To all our participants, thank you for joining them from various parts of the world. Your questions and engagement made this discussion even more valuable. We will continue bringing you timely market intelligence through upcoming editions of the Trade Talk series. So stay tuned to cashewinformation.com and follow us on LinkedIn for updates. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. You're welcome, sir.
Yes, sir.